Hello, hello. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Tabitha King, and I am so happy to be here with you today. Just wanted to share a little bit with you. I wanted to share a story about a little girl who had had some fun. Basically, her mom was on bed rest, pregnant with her sister, and her mom told her to clean up and make sure that the house was clean because she couldn't get up and she needed some help. So I think the little girl was about 7 years old at this time. And when this was happening, she decided that because her mom was on bed rest and she couldn't get up, she was going to just play and play and play and never clean anything. And one day she came home from school and her mom asked her, "Did you clean up your room?" The little girl said, "Yes." What happened after that? Her mom stood up and came in her room and she said, "Mom, what are you doing up?" Lo and behold, that child was me. And I remember that day because I was so afraid at that moment because I had let everything get undone. My whole room was a mess. And I just kept doing whatever I wanted to do and didn't even care that my mom was in bed and she couldn't get up. I was actually happy because I didn't have to worry about doing anything. But that carried on in my life, honestly. As I got older and I became an adult and I had children, I really hated cleaning up. I didn't like to do the work. And honestly, it just became piles and clutter of stuff everywhere. Well, as I realized things about my health and knowing that I have congestive heart failure and rheumatoid arthritis, those diseases came about because my heart would not relax. I was stressed to no end, and I was tired and anxiety so bad that I couldn't relax. My heart was racing a mile a minute. And this was after I had my last child that I found out that I had congestive heart failure. And I started to research some different things, and thankfully I started to understand the need to heal. And definitely healing motions is what we need for our body, our mind, and our spirits. Recognizing that it's a step, a process, that you can't do everything all at once. It takes motions. It takes you getting out of the way and allowing God to do what He needs to do in you. So I wanted to share a little bit of information that I found out that mess equals stress. And by that I mean when everything is in order, you can find where you put your keys and your glasses. I have had numerous of days where I would get so stressed out I didn't make it to work on time because I couldn't find my keys, because I couldn't find my glasses. And you have to know that if you are in a place of chaos in your life, the enemy is trying to keep you in a place of deception, trying to keep you to where you do not see, where you cannot see. See, if you start to uncover those blinders that are keeping you from where you need to be, then you can start to grow and see beyond those deceptions, beyond the deceit that the enemy is trying to keep you in. See, the enemy is here to steal, kill, and destroy your life. while Jesus came so that we might have eternal life and that we can have it in abundance. It's not just when we get to heaven, but we can have it right now if we give our lives to him and we accept the mysteries of his word and know that we have a treasure in his word. So as I'm speaking now, I started to think about some other things that I found out. When you live in cluttered spaces, it causes high levels of the stress hormone called cortisol throughout your day. And it starts to build up to where you can have high levels of that cortisol in your body and your insulin levels are high. And then you can end up with diabetes and high blood pressure and things of that nature. But if we learn how to relax in Jesus and just rest in him and learn how to stop doing things in a way where we are running, we're trying to be perfect at everything, but we're not getting anywhere. We're distracted. We're always trying to figure out things for ourselves, and then we are not in a place of organization. Why is that? You find yourself falling into procrastination, and you find yourself falling into to ways of just perfectionism, and all of that only leads to stress and anxiety. So it's important to know that if you're having a bit of scatterbrain in a day, your space is all scattered, you can't focus. Why? It's not because of the disease you may think you have called ADHD or things of that nature. It's because we are in a world where it's all about instantaneous living. And if we're living in this instantaneous world, then we sometimes conform to it and start to live thinking we have to move fast and quick and get everything right away. Sometimes we get into a place where we think that we have to have so many possessions in our lives. But in reality, all of those possessions that we own are only piling up for us to be bound down, where we can't move, where we are stuck. So I'm here today just sharing a word, no judgment at all, because I have been there. I am there. I'm moving forward as God helps me each and every day, step by step, bit by bit, little by little, understanding that overwhelm is only there to keep you in a place of stuckness. So I no longer am overwhelmed, thankfully, by his grace. I finally have seen that shaming myself and feeling guilty has kept me stuck for years and years and years. But as I share and be transparent and allow you to see that we all have sinned, we've come short of God's glory. We all have gone through certain things in our lives. We can get through it if we allow ourselves to be in God's presence so he can do the change in us. We can't do the change in ourselves. It only comes by grace. And it doesn't come all at once either. It takes time, and healing takes time. So I'm here today just to share that if you are dealing with certain things in your life and you are feeling stuck, you are feeling overwhelmed, you are feeling anxious, you're feeling stressed out, please don't feel like you have to go through it alone. I'm here. I'm here for you today. Please join my community where I will share different things about how to deal with stress, how to get out of those moments. Why can I share it? Because I've been there. I've done that. That's what it's all about. God has put us all on earth so that we can share our stories with the world. We all have a different, unique story. So I am here working towards building up and empowering women who have lost their voice in this world and want to get it back. Realizing and recognizing that we are here to share God's gospel. And if we are afraid to do so because of where we are and because we are afraid of what we have gone through, it's time to become transparent. It's time to become open to God so that he can do an open heart transplant on you. So I'm praying today that you will see that I am here for support, no judgment whatsoever, because I have been there. I am going through it as I speak, and realizing that God is working miracles as I speak. So I am thanking God right now for empowering me so that I can empower someone else. And I pray that this helps you on today. If by chance that you are interested in joining my community, just look at in the description where I will place that information. And also you can look at my blog where I share different stories about life in general, but right now I've just been talking about prayer and commitment and decluttering your life, your mind, your heart, and really just opening up to God so that he can do a work in you. So I pray this helps. And if by chance you would like the one-on-one session with me, feel free to look at the link in the comments area or the description area, and you can actually get a one-on-one coaching session with me today if you like. Feel free to schedule your appointment, and I look forward to sharing life with you and helping you to get through these situations and understanding that God is able, he is faithful, and no matter what you go through in life, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. You are a winner. You are a conqueror. You are a succeeder. Why? Because God says we are. His truth shall prevail. So I pray that you have an awesome day and that you'll be blessed in the midst of your life. Take care.